How much more patience have we got now with Mark Robins as manager of Stoke City? Welcome back to where Potters walk. Eight away games in a row, and Stoke have lost every single one of them, going all the way back to February. You have to look back to West Brom away at the start of that month before Stoke even got up a point, and 10 away games without a win. Enough is enough, and some fans are calling for a change even before we head to Molineux this weekend. Coming up. Great to have your company. We've got Carl, George, Ryan, and Adam, four absolutely brassed off, fed up Stoke fans this weekend. All was going well at Southampton. Actually, Stoke were the better team. But then the substitutions happened and it all fell apart. So that's not on the players, that's on the manager. Or is it? We're going to get into that debate in the next couple of minutes. Plus, we're ranking the Stoke shirts, just how good or bad are they in comparison to what we've had before. Plus, these four are talking about transfers, and with 7 days to go, what is the number one priority on the pitch for Stoke to sign? Thank you very much for all your comments last week. There were so many of them, we couldn't actually reply to all of them, but we did read all of them. Thank you so much for all the love that you're giving these four. Absolutely brilliant to be growing this across the internet. If you've not come across us before, my name's Mark, I'm a neutral, and here are four very pissed off Potters. Carl, should Mark Robins go tonight?
I don't know. If he does, Jon Walters has got to go out the door before him. He's going to become another scapegoat for Jon Walters. Substitutions were wrong yesterday. Some of the stuff he said after the press conference don't make sense. He says that they were fitter than us. We try and get up to fitness. What's pre-season for? Why are they fitter than us? Why did he start Ben Gibson at centre-back, not Maxi or anybody other than Ben Gibson? I've always been a long advocate for Mark Robins. I think 3-4 seasons ago when Liam was on, one of the questions you asked us is if we could pinch any manager from another club, who would it be? I said Mark Robins. I want the bloke to succeed, but it's not looking good. Should he go, in my opinion? I'd give him another couple of games. But I understand those shouting for him to be gone. I really do. It's not looking good.
I mean, we've got the Mark Robins without Viviash, haven't they? That's what Come On Commentary fan was saying, is actually, the success under Coventry was he had a good team behind it, which you haven't got. George, how many of these games have you been at, just out of interest? I mean, yeah, this is from Championship Tennis Talk. Have you done all 8 of those, my friend?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's for fans like your good self then, which I come to and say, well, actually, your opinion probably, I won't mean everyone's opinion is valid, but you've been there in those away stands. You pay your hard-earned money, as you do. He's got to go, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he got to go. I do get the people who don't do many away games that aren't coming from his head, but I've been all of them and I've seen it, and it's just horrible. Spending Saturdays just seeing us lose every week, and it's just, he's got to go for me. And I started turning against Robins when it turned into April. I know it seemed a bit daft when he had all the injuries and stuff, but the form actually started before we had actually any injuries. So for me, he's got to go. He's got no games left for me. He just can't stay anymore. But I also agree, Walters got to go before him. But you both got to go.
So my job is to try and do a balance view. Let's put the other viewpoint across there, shall we, Ryan? Lou says, what's Robins meant to do, right? He's got no choice at Southampton but to make subs. The players are tiring. It's the subs that go on that pitch and let him down, right? And that's a mentality issue, how he crumbled. That is not from today at St Mary's. That's from 10 years. It's a mentality run that's run through our club. The subs let Robins down. P.S. I was the only one who backed Mubama, yeah. What about that then, Ryan? Mark Robins can't run that pitch and score a goal or defend a goal himself. He's putting players on there which he's trusted and trained to do a job, and they didn't do it.
Yeah, I was one of them that actually backed him on Twitter. I actually did say I didn't see it was his problem, because the starting 11 we put out, we were so strong first half. We were the better team first half. And I'm hoping Southampton fans are also saying it, because we did run the game. And then second half again, we were okay. Come then 60th minute, we started to tire. And then Maxi comes on at right back. Ingelsson comes on, and then it went to pot. Ingelsson gets a red card. Maxi can't do a job at right back. I don't even know who else he brought on because they were that useless. I forgot. So it's not a Robins issue. Okay, maybe he could have changed something in like the formation. I think he kept with the same formation, but it's not that wasn't a Robins issue. He could only do what tools he's got. Basically, you can only work with the tools you've got, and the tools he's got are they're out of date. I think, to be honest. So yeah, I'm back in Robins still, unfortunately.
Okay. Comes back to that old issue of recruitment versus manager thing, Adam, and if you do your job, if you've got blunt instruments in your workshop, you're not going to make a very good product, no matter how good of a tool workman you are. Where do you sit now?
Look, it's really tricky to make a call here because what everybody said is true, and especially what Ryan's saying there. We were the better team for large parts of that game yesterday, but you can't survive. I don't think any manager can survive, and you can blame Coates, you can blame Walters, all of which is true, by the way. But no manager can survive the run that we're currently on. I don't care what's going on above you. It becomes a decision that somebody has to make eventually, and whether Mark Robins does end up being the scapegoat of Jon Walters, which ultimately is a scapegoat for Coates for me. Back to the previous ex post that you put there around mentality and 10 years of mentality. That mentality has to come from the very top of the club. The senior management team, the chairman, whoever that is, has to set the mentality and the mission that we want to move forward behind. And it feels right now as though there isn't a mission, there isn't a statement, there isn't a plan, and we're just plodding along as a football club, just seemingly keeping his head above water, going from one disaster to the next. It needs wholesale change from the very, very top. Yes, am I Robins out? Probably am now. But will anything change with a new manager? No. But that doesn't mean we shouldn't try. So, yeah. And even for the going back to the transfers, back to your original question there, we're led to believe Robins has been more involved in the recruitment this summer, kind of taking some of that ownership on from Walters. Well, what has it given us? Because we haven't improved. We've signed Galbraith, who again looks like the only decent player that we've signed this summer. The rest are just average to lower end championship players. So yeah, it's very disappointing, and yeah, I don't know how we manage to increase our season ticket sales every summer, but we seem to, and I've got no idea how.
Definitely just lagging.
Yeah, I mean, no one wants anyone to get the sack here, but you look at the top of the championship at the moment, 2 games in, Carl, and 2 of the top 3 teams are led by ex-Stoke managers. Throw in Stephen Schumacher, who's brought Bolton up into the division, and there's, I think, 3 of the last 5, or is it 3 of the last 6? Robins, Pellet, Schumacher, Neil, Michael O'Neill, who kept Blackburn up last season, and Nathan Jones, and you've got there the last 6 Stoke managers. 4 of them have gone on to other clubs and are doing amazingly well. So it isn't the managers that come here's fault, is it? There is something crucially, fundamentally toxic about becoming a Stoke manager.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think any manager that we've set on, other than probably after Mark Hughes got the sack, I've never rated Paul Lambert and obviously Palak were 2 disastrous ones. But I've always said that all the other managers, and if Mark Robins gets the sack, he falls in that category, are good managers, and they've proven it. It's just a poison chalice, and it can only, as Adam's just said, filter it down from the top, because all these managers we've had have gone on to do well at other clubs. All these managers have been disaster. I mean, take Michael O'Neill out of that, but all the others have been disaster appointments, and they've just struggled at the club, and I don't know what it is, because all these new signings that we've made, they all come in and they say, "Why have you signed for Stoke?" Ambition of the club. Well, where is the ambition of the club? Because we know where we won't be as fans. they know it. So obviously somebody's selling them a dream, but then somewhere down the line, the dream gets lost and turned into a nightmare. So yeah, it doesn't surprise me. It didn't surprise me as well yesterday that Mubama scored. Players, managers that have been in Stoke struggle, they go on and they succeed elsewhere, and it's just a reoccurring nightmare for us as fans.
I would like to say that we called that last week on here, Mubama scoring, did we not?
Yeah, 100%.
It was always going to happen.
I do think
right
just kind of a bit of balance on the one man that Walters didn't pick to be the manager, who he got rid of because he thought it wasn't good enough. Schumacher is probably going to be the undoing of him ultimately, because actually he was the one manager who we were making slight progress. It wasn't, obviously, we weren't turning up any trees, but we were doing okay under Schumacher when Walters made that decision. And it's probably the only decision that he shouldn't have made. He did make, and now it's going to come back to bite him because his last few have been terrible choices.
He was a very likeable manager as well. Everybody liked Schumacher, didn't they? I mean, Nathan Jones, we all know how I feel about that bloke. I mean, if they got relegated, I'd just be celebrating straight away, but he's going to get one over on us as well.
How is it on the terraces, George? Then you're there. I mean, before we come to that, let's just put the context, shall we? Here, Swansea, as I mentioned last week, they're not a bad side. Okay, they're going to be up there with Southampton. We all know about the qualities that they've got. They've got money backing them. They've just recently gone up. So let's put it into context of the division. You're going to get beat by Wolves probably at the weekend, so there'll be more moaning then. Could we just put into context the teams that we're playing and maybe just reflect a bit more, perhaps, on, we weren't going to go to Southampton and get anything. I think you said that last week. Should just be a bit more patient than 2 games in and firing a bullet, which might irretrievably do us more damage than good.
No, I'm sick of it. I can moan all I want. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's only 2 games and I'm so negative, but I said last week, it doesn't feel like a new season. It just feels like the same thing again. It's just, there's no hope whatsoever. There's nothing changed. Walters and Robins are still here. I don't know if they've gone already or not, but we'll get rolled over next week, and we have done for the last 4 or 5 months. Nothing's improved, and I'm bored of watching it. And like I said, I've been all those away games we've seen us lose, and I don't know why I keep going, but I do, and I keep doing, and I will, because I love this club, and but something needs to change, because I'm sick of it.
All right. Do we care about the cup, by the way? Shall we?
Nah.
Nah.
We'll get rolled over by Hull. They've just
No, I actually think we'll win that game, because it'll be the Stoke thing to do. We'll win all, and we'll get smashed versus Wolves.
I thought we got rid of the old we beat Hull at their place, they beat us at ours, and then we drew Hull.
Yeah.
You mentioned Ben Gibson before there. Svante says the bench is rubbish. It was promising substitution. Ben Gibson wouldn't look out of place at Hanley Town. I mean, is that a bit harsh, Ryan?
No. After watching him run like a fridge and couldn't keep up with their striker, who just ran straight past him. Honestly, it was like he was a turtle chasing a hare. He couldn't keep up with him. He just went, and that was it. And the guys bagged it. Wilmot's also way out of place as well. Way out of position. I've watched the goal, I think, 1,000 times, that first goal, and I've gone, why has Mark Robins gone, actually, do you know what, Ben Gibson, what a great centre-back. Let's chuck him in against a fast forward. That for me, actually, when I go back to Robins was an issue with that. Apart from everything else, that was an issue. Every single person in that comment section went, why is Ben Gibson in 2026 starting a game against Southampton? Like, what's the thinking behind it? Okay, we don't see what goes on in training and we don't see whatever, but we all know what was coming and it happened. We all called it. Someone was going to run past him and do that. So embarrassing, to be honest, that he was starting.
How slow he ran. How slow he ran, what I'd like to see. How slow he was running. I would love to see Ben Gibson in a race with Sam Vokes. That'd be the slowest race I've ever watched in my life.
The decision Mark Robins made by starting Gibson also shows you've already given up on his new signing centre-back, Graham.
Yeah.
On the bench, and you like said, starting Ben Gibson 2026. Like it's pretty mental, really. He's got Max on the bench. But yeah, also with Wilmot as well, his position for the second goal was shocking. The bomber got time and space to shoot it off. Oh, and the back three yesterday, Bocat, Gibson, Wilmot, all pellets. So that was the three Pelleck, and it was just like watching Pelleck yesterday, that back four. So there you go.
Oh well, I mean, Stoke fans are always good. I mean, in smiling at things. I mean, I love this. Yeah,
Represents us.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Right then, let's do something a little more light-hearted. I mean, there are rumours, Adam, we're hearing this evening that he might have gone already by the time this podcast goes out. So,
we all love X, we all love Twitter, and Stoke fans love a good rumour. And the rumour is he's gone. But I suppose if we find out that before the podcast comes out, then I suppose next week's podcast will be interesting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, don't trust it. Don't trust it till you see it from the club. There is kind of one or two people I trust wholeheartedly on X who seem to get the news before most do, but I haven't seen them people post yet. So we shall see.
Should we look at some beautiful kits? Yeah, why not? There we go then. Let's have a look at these then. So, of the three, Adam, which one or any will you be buying, and what are you made of these?
I've not bought any of the three so far this year, which is telling. I normally go for the away kit. That away kit is such a great idea. They could have done so much with the Reginald Mitchell idea.
Spitfire idea, yeah. Brilliant.
Yeah, they could have done so much with it, and then they pulled that out, which is just awful. You know what? The home kit's a bit of a grower on me. I didn't like it when it first came out. I'm warming to it. The third kit, again, I quite like when it first came out. When I've seen it up in person, I didn't really like it, and the kind of material that it's made of isn't great. So, of the three, if I had to choose, I'm going home. But like everything else we've talked about on the last 2 weeks on this podcast, it's not overwhelmingly positive on the kit front for me this season.
Yeah. Mr. Tripp playing the camouflage kit at Southampton, of course, with all this. Yeah. George, I mean, what's your take?
I haven't brought any yet as well, which normally happens. The second one makes me sick really looking at it. So definitely not gonna buy that one. The third one's it's okay, but for me, I think the home one's the better one.
Yeah. Nice and clean, like a collar, Carl.
I can only see two. I can't see the middle one on my screen.
Behind a tree.
Yeah, I quite like the ice blue one, to be honest with you. I do like it. I'm very tight, I am, and I usually wait till 3 games before the end of the season when they go on sale for £20. So I might buy that one for £20 towards the end of the season.
Super. Ryan, you buying it?
I'll buy all three, and I'll buy the middle one as well to look like an Army Ranger. So I'll take it. I to be honest, I'm a big fan. Of all three because I like out there. I like out there kits. I like different. So I haven't brought any yet, but I think I'll buy all three just because I just always buy the Stoke shirts no matter what.
Okay. Right, I will depart and let these four then, discuss all the above. And in particular, if you're in charge of Stoke City for one more week before the transfer deadline closes, and it doesn't have to be a transfer, what one action are you taking? George, I'm going to ban you from sacking Robins, okay? What's the most important one activity that needs to take place in the 7 days at Stoke City? Here's Carl, Ryan and Adam with their thoughts on that. Thank you for watching.
Might as well crack into it straight off. I'm going to go straight off and go with the rumours man of going.
Yeah.
So right winger straight away. Definitely maybe another centre back potentially, and maybe another striker and a number 10 potentially. Striker, actually, I don't think we'll get the number 10 is highly likely. But I mean, Sam Gallagher at right wing is a masterclass, isn't it, really? So
I've heard I've heard on the grapevine, Manuf to Ajax. I've heard we're interested in Mavidi. I can't say his name, from Leicester.
It's
I've read somewhere that we've had a bid turned down for Tom Cannon already.
really
Ideal end for me would be Walters go, get Cannon in, get that Mavidi in, and another left back and a centre back.
I can't
So
see.
I'm obviously banned of saying Walters can't get sat. So I'll go for Robins and sat. So I'll go for Walters going, get a right winger in. If you know how it goes, I'll probably get a Cam in and maybe another left back. That'll do me.
I thought Jono was class yesterday, by
He
the
was.
way.
Yeah, just want to point
really
that out. Actually,
I
when I
thought-
said about the number 10 position,
If
John
he
Hurd
plays
was-
like that,
yeah.
if he can play like that, that'd be a massive bonus.
He's
for
been
us.
okay, hasn't he? Both the 2 games.
Yeah.
Even the last game, I don't think he was terrible. I think, for me, looking at the first 2 games, even though we brought 3 centre midfielders, only Gail Braith again has filled me full of confidence. Anyone that we can buy that's better than what we've currently got, anyone, and I don't care what position it is, because again, I'm looking at this squad going, other than Vic, who again I don't think Vic's covered himself in glory these first 2 games either, but I'm not enamoured by any of them. I couldn't really be bothered if any of them went, or if we brought in better. So we can only improve the squad. I think the absolutely essentials are a left back. I think we definitely need an out and out left back rather than a wing back, which Stoke seems to be. I think we need a striker, number 9. Not sold on Cannon being the answer. I know he scored goals, but he only actually scored in, was it 5 games that he scored his 9 goals in, because he scored 4 in the 1 game, didn't he?
He did put himself out there though, so
he did put himself out there. I think did he not score 4 in 1 game, and then
against Portsmouth,
3 of the others were penalties, right?
Penalties,
So he didn't actually do a lot when you're taking that into context. So again, but is the better place? I'm a big believer as well in looking at what can we get from League One. And I know Mavrididi went down with Leicester, but look at Shamadou, who's probably one of the best buys we've done in the last few years. If we can look at some of the better, younger League One players that are on the way up rather than players who've just been relegated or players that are on the way out, I'd be looking at the better players, the better, younger players from League One. But it went all quiet. Weren't we after that? Was it Notts County or somebody like that? They had a young... That's gone quiet.
Jay's, so I can't remember his name, but he's going to Wycombe Wanderers in League One.
Oh, is he? No, fair enough.
So, but I'll mention about the bench as well. Like this is, we need to fill that bench is absolutely awful. I mean, we had 3 or 2 youngsters on there. Who I don't even think that Gianni, whatever he's that Italian one. I don't know what his name is. Jenny or Gianni. I don't think he's played a senior game. So, and obviously, Gina, is it? I don't know. Carl's favourite player is gone off to Forest Green. So we need to fill that bench 100%. But I think Walter's going. I'm sure we can all agree on anyway. So. But I don't know if anyone else got any more to say. Really,
need strength and depth, and we haven't got it, have we?
No.
Yeah. But yeah,
Adams, no.
Went off there for a second. Yeah. I mean, that question. What needs to happen before September the 1st? The club needs just putting in a bag, shaking up, turning upside down, and going again, doesn't it? That's the answer to it. Because
one thing I've seen where I cannot disagree with anymore is people saying we need a League One. We need drop to League One for a reset. Wouldn't happen like that with us.
It just wouldn't. It wouldn't.
They said that with the Premier League. We need drop down for reset. Yeah, he said we need drop down from the Premier League.
Leicester is a prime example of what if we did that, we would lose to Crewe, or if they come up, or Vale. It would be destined, and we'd be bottom of League One, and then we're sitting in League Two. and then all of a sudden we're in the National League. Like it can just go from that to that. So I'm hoping we don't do that, but yeah, I think we've said what we need to say.
Yeah,
So we'll finish up on positive of what George said. I think we probably beat Hull, lose to Wolves. Robins is sacked and Rob Edwards comes in, or Steve Cooper. So, but yeah,
Rob Edwards.
Rob Edwards, Barmy Army. But appreciate everyone watching.
Not at all.
We'll be back next week when we probably get mauled by Wolves. But yeah, please support, drop, like, comment. The support last week, 6,000 views now, is really appreciated from us all. And yeah, we'll keep going from there. But thank you, everyone.